Out of the gate. First three is launched. That's an air ball. Georgia Tech has been brutal from the field to start this one. And a three, and one drops. So that's the first three of the season for Brandon Boston. Take a look at the starting lineup for Kentucky. On the miss, it's Askew, Boston, Clarke, Olivier Sarr, and Isaiah Jackson. Sarr and Jackson, the two big fellas, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Boston. Says, but I'm delighted to be working again with you, buddy.
I remember in 1978,
the one-hit wonder that is Jimmy Dykes. Back here, Kentucky 5, Georgia Tech 4. Neither team.
Myself, and that's not natural. We are all wired to be selfish, eyes on us people. And if you're a freshman at a high-level program like Kentucky,
Austin's got 2 fouls. He goes to the bench. Mint's a very good shooter.
Kentucky moving the ball from this, and you can't get it if you're not practicing 5-on-5. This week they've gone back to it. It bit him in the butt the first 2 games. He expects his team to be better today.
Mintz was too strong with the 3. Terrence Clarke buries it. And Kentucky's second 3 of the ball game. They started out terribly in their first 3 games from three-point range. Basically ranking 294. Terrible help defense, but there from nowhere, the block. And Isaiah Jackson's a headache on the offensive and defensive glass as he picked up his first block today.
Ravi, he is special in terms of a shot blocker. He's unique. He's uncommon. And his ability to erase an automatic 2 is about as good as we have in the college game. And not only who's the guy, but where do I need to put that guy? And it's a work in progress. And the ball right now. He doesn't like the losing. Still very grateful for the opportunity to play the game.
Yeah, 3 separate buses, 1 for the players, 1 for the coaches. Good off the back iron. Georgia Tech with a run out. And Alvarado high off the window, no good. Followed, and Kentucky's got numbers, 4 on 3. Well, Askew picked that dribble up, Jimmy. He was in the paint.
They have 9 turnovers. Like, you can't beat anyone when you continue to throw the ball, cough it up, kick it off your foot.
Either continuing to do or stop doing.
Kentucky's playing way too fast on offense. I mean, you want to be aggressive, but there's a line there that you never cross over. Kentucky just, to me, they're rushing everything that they're doing on the offensive end.
Well, how quick is that John John out of the hands of Jose Alvarado? That 3 makes it 17-13. 8.5 to go in the first half.
Georgia Tech will double out of their zone. You've got to get the ball reversed. You got to get multiple side touches.
2 of the guys, Coach Cal said, we're going to play through if we can, more often than the outside shots.
Passes, the bounce passes. He goes and gets it. He plays the game as a big, number 5 in gold with 2 hands, about as well as we can find. One guy available today that has played in a Kentucky uniform until this year. That is almost unheard of and extremely uncommon.
Bad pass from Alvarado, run out for Kentucky.
We're kind of building programs. We're building a program in football. Building a program here with Josh Pastner. We had a good year last year, 17-14, 11-9 in the ACC.
Tech community. When he leaves, he never leaves. So when he decides to leave the Yankees, still part of the Yankees. Same with the Angels and the Braves. And if he ever leaves us, we know he's still going to be a part of us. Tell us about your Georgia Tech experience as we're watching Jose Alvarado launch a 3 and miss another shot. What about your Georgia Tech experience?
Best 3 years of my life, and that's not hyperbole. And I got to play in the big leagues for 14 years and won a World Series and had more success professionally than I could ever imagine. But and number 2, whatever you ask him to do, he nails it. Absolute nails it.
Sorry, Jimmy, not the answer you wanted. I know.
Well, that's coming from a guy that should understand what a great teammate actually looks like.
They're a team that you just destroyed. Like, did they look at you and be like, oh, it's Teixeira again?
You know, in the ACC, it was really us, Clemson, and Florida State. So as an 18-year-old, you look at a kid and you can see a ton of talent and a ton of ability.
That's 2 games. That's the best 2-game span in the Big Ten in the last 20 years. He has outscored the last 2 opponents in the first half all by himself. You want to see what I think is the National Player of the Year.
Josh from the corner, his outside shooting is something that Kentucky was hoping would be something they could count on, but he missed there. Now Georgia Tech misses, and it's Clarke. 6 on the shot clock. Moses Wright, hard to the rack with the left and gets it to go. 15 points in the first half from Moses Wright.
He came in, Moses Wright, averaging 25 and 12. He's tracking a higher number than that. He's taking the ball anywhere he wants, anytime he wants. Normally we say that about a point guard. We're saying that about a cat that's 6'9" and 2/3.
Georgia Tech inbounding. They get it to Wright. Fade away, no good. Sure is. The two number 5s have been dominant. Let's see what Kentucky does out of that half. A lot of times Calipari terrific at adjustments. And we've seen Georgia Tech in a zone. They're in a zone again, and then some laziness on the other end. 1-3-1 for Georgia Tech on defense.
The ball's got to get below the free throw line extended, and something good will happen. In this game, on the rim and allowing offensive rebounds to come in is a big part of it as well. I mentioned Georgia Tech in their first 2 games played too cool because I think Michael DeVoe played too cool. When your leading returning scorer takes the court without that edge and that dog and that fight, it just goes to everyone else, no matter what the defense is, because they can confuse you. And Kentucky has guarded themselves some in this game by being stationary. Offensive, isn't it?
Sure is.
He starts ball watching, and you start ball watching, you will be dunked on, and that's exactly what's happening in this game. The potential guy for Kentucky going forward, we might be seeing it right now in Terrence Clarke growing up in this game. Offensively, he's in a groove, he's attacking, he's under control. Well, you're a fake leader if it's any other way, Ravi. You have to play your way into that situation at Kentucky, and there's nothing given in that program. Primary handler up top.
Kentucky a little more active on defense. That time the ball fake got Sarr to help out. Good help defense, and here comes Kentucky with numbers. Floater, and that one is knocked in.
Called him in and said, hey, do you want the job? And Josh initially said no, thinking that he was saying, do you want to stay here as the assistant for the next guy? And signatures also on Calipari's first contract going to Kentucky as a witness.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Putting it kindly.
Jackson is wide open on the baseline. They don't see him, and another turnover. To get the ball to Sarr and Jackson, and they are 2 of 5 from the floor. Long effort from 3, no good, and the loose ball goes to Georgia Tech.
Right, that shot was taken halfway through the shot clock.
Davion Mintz.
It's as good as we have in the SEC this year.
Michael DeVoe frees himself up for a shot. He's been cold. Right doing work. Down low. Turnover. And here comes Mintz. Boston steps into one. No good. Isaiah Jackson.
This is a guy, Ravi, that is a bulldog defensively. Watch this right here by Jackson. Kind of the fake rip going to the right and comes back quickly to his left. Time he wants against Kentucky's D has been very impressive today.
Mintz 3, high arcer, no good. And a fight for the rebound, it's Kentucky's.
And Kentucky has not had an answer for that 6'9", 235-pound body that Josh Pastner has moved around really well on the offensive end in different spots. Defensively, Georgia Tech guards are wired to score in those situations.
Parham's got a dozen now. Good defense and a good battle there from Boston.
Well, I think Ted Valentine thought maybe the ball didn't hit the rim. The ball never hit the rim, did it not?
It didn't, and I think Teddy thought that it didn't hit the rim, and they said that's right, and then they gave him a fresh 30.
You can't win when you continue to throw the ball to the other team. It does about breathing, the kid in the headband. And he just makes so many plays, and Georgia Tech follows his voice, they follow his juice, they follow his fight of offense, the lack of defense. It's hard to defend turnovers. All those things just stockpiling up on Kentucky in this game. Couple of minutes and fire up quick bad shots.
Like that?
There's just like that right there. So Georgia Tech guarded themselves on that possession.
Clarke spins his way deep into the lane and lays it up and in over Parham. He's got 7 now in the second half, 22 in the game.
Has Georgia Tech learned a lesson on this possession? No, Josh Pashner can call a play right now that does a 3 or 4 pass play. Instead he goes for the clear out, just goes one-on-one.
Stolen by Wright, and he gets tripped up by Jackson.
To the final 30 seconds against North Dakota State last night. So it's not like Kentucky right now is getting beat by top 10 teams night after night. It's just there's a lot of question marks for Big Blue Nation right now.
A 3-on-2 leads to a turnover.
Right now, it's just not working. Ask you, reclassified, Ravi, should be a senior in high school.
Yep.
Right now, to me, just does not look ready for this big stage of Kentucky basketball that they play on. Kentucky defensively. The drive, the baseline hammer pass, the easy high wing reversals.
Isaiah Jackson, that's good.
Your feet, say shot. Those are fake closeouts. And Georgia Tech's had real grown man, low butt, mean streak closeouts in this game. Gotten up 11 or 12 more shots than you just because of the turnover. Look at the points off turnovers. It's astounding.
Wide open, easy bucket. Well, that's the second time, Jimmy, that the term punked has been used with regards to Kentucky and an opponent. I saw a comment from one of the Kentucky players, I think it was Toppin actually, who said, well, mentally that doesn't bother us because we're all dogs. Point from DeVoe, who's continuing to dribble there. And yet they're up. That ball misses by 17.
That rebound, to me, sums up the game. Alvarado is listed at 6 feet. He's probably 5'10", and he goes in and has more fight than anyone else on the floor for the board.
A blow by and a kick out and a 3. And he's off his palm. So Sarr able to clear, but there's 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go in a 17-point game.
But other guys have to start making shots if Kentucky's going to be a factor in the SEC. Basket for Georgia Tech has gotten bigger and bigger, especially in the second half. And this is a Georgia Tech team. Remember now, they came back with 4 starters from last year's team.